Well, hello, hello. It's me, Jan Taylor with Butterflies Win. Listen, you know, today is a day that it's bittersweet and it's two-sided because I do want and look forward to this day. At the same time, I experience a level of anxiety that's deep. Okay, first let me tell you, thank you, God, for access into this day because it was nothing I said or did to deserve it, not a thing. So I'm grateful. Secondly, Lord, thank you that I'm able to get up and I did my strength training today. So that's why my hair is tied down, whatever you want to call it, twisted down, whatever. Thirdly, the part of this day that makes me anxious and uneasy, at the same time happy, is going to see my oncologist for my follow-up. Yes, I am cancer free until you get those results. Now, I will say that I didn't have access to them because some reason they would not come up on my phone. I couldn't access them until I got here. So I was a bit anxious and I prayed and I asked God to calm me because at the end of the day, if a recurrence comes about, I got him. What else do I need? I got him. So whatever you're going through, it's way bigger than your mind could even imagine. You can't, whatever the news you just got recently, you can't even get your head around it. How it happened, what you gonna do about it. I know it's easier said than done, but we have to figure out how to give it to God. We have to. And so my results came back negative. I looked at them, the doctor hasn't gotten in here yet. So I already know, like I told y'all, cancer patients, you gotta have your questions. I got my questions all lined up on my phone so he and I can talk about certain things on my labs. There was a CEA. This is called the C as in cat, E as in Edward, A as in apple. That is one of the most important parts of your blood test for your follow-up that your doctor is going to be talking to you about. If you're not talking to him about it, you must be talking to him about it. And you need to be clear on where your numbers are. Where is that CEA right now? Because that is what they judge. It's a part of it. It's a big part of how they judge your reoccurrence. If you're cancer-free, how does that number move? If it continues to be elevated and it gets to a certain number, they're going to be concerned. But before they're concerned, excuse me, if you already know your numbers, baby, you already got to be prayed up. So today, I knew my CEA number, but I do also, excuse me, guys, a test that University of Miami, does this test. It's a DNA, highly advanced, that they can go and take a part of my blood and compare it to the blood that they kept right after the pathologist did the report that showed I'm cancer free. That cancer free, that blood is being held, and the DNA that I have now, every time they take it, it compares it to that. So they know when there's a change, it'll show at the most minute cell. They can tell if it's growing or trying to, I think it's called mutate, I think that's what it's called, into your blood and into your body. So come on, guys, we got to get really into being and knowing about ourselves before we get in here with this doctor. And sometimes you just won't be able to. Like today, I missed my prayer time. So on the phone, I missed my prayer time because I was coming from the gym and I was driving, and then I had my mother with me and I had to take her to an errand before we got here. So I didn't get to do my 12 o'clock noon, but we prayed in that car before we got up here. And so when people say, don't be fearful. Hello, we are God's children. And all of us get fearful. And if you say that you don't get fearful and you don't get scared, there's something wrong with you. First of all, I know you're lying, because that can't be true. That's not of God. He's saying don't. I believe that when they talk about that in the Bible, he's meaning don't. And a pastor, old pastor of mine talked about that. He's meaning don't stay in the fear, but you're going to be fearful, and then you got to get by yourself and you got to pray yourself out of it, or call somebody and say, I'm at a bad spot right here. Help me calm down. Okay, now go about your business and be a blessing to somebody, even if it means just smiling, even when you don't feel like it, because you don't know. You might be the one laid up and thinking you're doing the worst, but baby, that doctor or that nurse or that person coming in with that plate, or there's someone just coming by you, they might be worse off, way worse off than you can imagine. So smile, okay? That's what it's all about.